Hi, hello, good evening, my dear students. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, KAYAKA Maths Classes. So, today we are discussing class number 2 for the differential equations. So, we have discussed in the last class how to find the complementary function. So, you can go and watch the complete video so that you can solve homogeneous as well as non-homogeneous problems very easily. Okay. So if you didn't subscribe, please subscribe to my channel for the coming classes. So today we'll discuss the solution of homogeneous differential equations. Okay. So the differential equation of the form y double dash minus 3y dash plus 10y is equal to 0. This is very important. If the RHS value is 0, then we call it as a homogeneous differential equation. So what we call RHS value is always equals to phi of x. Phi of x is 0, then it is a homogeneous. Okay. And the complete solution of such functions is complete solution is equals to complementary function, that is CF. So in mathematically we write it as y is equals to yc. Okay, just remember this formula, and how to write the complementary function we have discussed in the last class. Okay, let us one example on homogeneous differential equation. Okay, so you can see here the given equation is dq by dx cube minus 2d square by d square plus 4 dy by dx minus 8y is equals to 0. Now let us simplify step by step. Okay, first step, let us take d by dx equals to capital D, always for every problem. So what this given differential equation becomes, d cube minus 2d square plus 4d minus 8. I have taken y as common from all the terms because that is common to all the terms. Okay, now next what we need to do, we need to write its auxiliary equation. Auxiliary equation, how to write is just replace d value as m and equate it to 0. So like m cube minus 2m square plus 4m minus 8 is equals to 0. So this is simple way to find or write the complementary function. Okay, now let us simplify. If we have given 4 terms, if 4 terms are given, you need to try to simplify whether it is available for to simplify here itself or not. Let us see. So if I take m square as common here, the remaining term will be m minus 2. M minus 2. So I'll write m minus 2 here. So the you need to observe the third term, the 4m, and here it has become m. The missing term is 4, just write 4. This is simple way to simplify. Now take m minus 2 and m minus 2 as common. So m minus 2, if I take common, here it is m square plus 4 is equals to 0. Now separate them equal to 0, that is m minus 2 is equals to 0 and m square plus 4 is equals to 0. Okay, so now m will be equals to 2 and m square will be equals to minus 4, isn't it? So therefore m value will be equals to 2 and another will be m square is equals to minus 4. What this will be? M is equals to plus or minus 2y. Y plus or minus 2. So square root of a 4 is 2 and square root of minus is I. You already know this. Okay. So m is equals to minus 4. So this becomes plus or minus 2y. Root 4 is 2 and root of minus is I. Okay. So therefore the roots are m is equals to 2 comma plus or minus 2y. These are the two different roots. So this is real and repeated and this is complex number. So complex number, what is the form? It is a plus or minus bi. So what is the value of a? A is 0 because there is no real term present. It is only plus or minus 2y. And what is b? B is 2. Okay. So therefore what is yc for us? C1 e raised to m1x. M1 is ym1, we are having only one term. Plus why we need to add plus in the sense we need to add both the category formula, that is real and repeated as well as complex. So what is the complex formula? E raised to ax. We have used constant c1. I will use here it as c2 cos bx plus c3 sin bx. Just use all the values. So c1 e raised to m1 is 2x, m1 is 2 and e raised to 0x c2 cos 2x because b is 2, c3 sin 2x and b is 2, and therefore y is equals to yc. That is, this is the complete solution. So c1 e raised to 2x plus, so the value of this becomes 1, e raised to 0 is 1, so it remains only a bracketed term, that is c2 cos 2x plus c2, sorry, c3 sin 2x, because e raised to 0 is 1, and this will be your complete solution. Okay, my dear friends, did you get this? Have a clear idea. Okay, again he will give the solve dqy by dx cube, dqy by dx cube plus 6 d square y by d square plus 11y 11 dy by dx plus 6y is equal to 0. Okay, my dear friends, let us solve this also as of the previous problem. Again, let us take d by dx equals to capital D. So what this becomes? D cube plus 6d square plus 11d plus 6. I'm taking y as common simultaneously, again with that only. So d cube y by dx cube becomes d cube, d square over dx square becomes d square, and keep the constant as it is and take the RHS as 0 as it is. Now let us write its auxiliary equation, my dear students. Auxiliary equation is, how to write auxiliary equation? Just write it in terms of m, that is m cube plus 6m square plus 11m plus 6 equals to 0. Now this is also having 4 terms, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the first two, if we take the common, it remains m plus 6, and here we don't have any simplification for the second term. So for this problem, direct simplification is not allowed, so we don't have a direct simplification for this problem. So what we do is, we need to convert this cubic degree into square degree, that is quadratic equation, by using a method called synthetic division. Okay, let us simplify using synthetic division method. So just take this as equation number 1. Okay, so what we need to do is, in equation number 1, you need to substitute the numbers, that is, it may be positive number or it may be negative number, that is -1, -2, -3 or 1, 2, 3, so that this whole equation should become 0. Then we will take that number as a first root, let us say. So we'll substitute, put m is equals to -1. Why I'm taking -1 in sense, you can observe all the elements in the equation number 1 are positive. So to make it as a 0, so some element should be negative. So I'm taking it as m is equals to -1. So what this equation number 1 becomes, so it becomes -1 cube plus 6 into -1 square plus 11 into -1 plus 6 equals to 0, isn't it? Okay. So what this becomes, so this will be -1 plus 6 minus 11 plus 6 equals to 0. So is it, this will be 0, 12 minus 12. Okay, so therefore m is equals to -1 is your first root. Is the first root. Now using this, we need to find the simplify using the synthetic division method. Let us see. So how to do this is very important, my dear students. Just concentrate carefully here. What we do, synthetic division method is, you need to take this division form and you need to take this -1, that's first root here, and what we need to take here is, just take the elements of this equation number 1. Here you can see, so this is your equation number 1. Okay, इसका क्या करेंगे हम, coefficients लेंगे, m cube का coefficient क्या है 1, so you'll take it as 1, and m square का coefficient is 6, so I will take here it is 6, and m coefficient is 11, so I take it as 11, then constant coefficient is 6, I'll take it as 6. अगर कौन सा तो एलिमेंट अगर मिसिंग है तो उसके जगह पे आपको जीरो लेना चाहिए, यहाँ पे ऑर्डर वाइज लेना चाहिए, देखो क्यूब, स्क्वायर, एम, कांस्टेंट, all the elements are present. If some elements are missing, you take that element as zero, don't skip it. Okay, right. Now what we do is you take zero below its first element compulsory. क्या लेंगे, जीरो इसका, so इन दोनों को क्या करना है, ऐड करना है, 1 plus 0 is 1. Now you multiply this result with the first root. So 1 into minus 1 is, you multiply this with this multiplication. So 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. Keep the result here. And again add this. 6 minus 1 is 5. So after our result, you again multiply with the root. 5 into minus 1 is minus 5. Again add these two. 11 minus 5 is 6. 6 into minus 1 is minus 6. Okay. सो वर्टिकल ऐड करो, जो भी रिजल्ट आएगा ये -1 से मल्टीप्लाई करके नेक्स्ट एलिमेंट के नीचे रख दो, फिर से ऐड करो, फिर से सेम प्रोसेस. अब इसका वैल्यू क्या आएगा, 0. ठीक है, अब ये बचे ये 3 एलिमेंट्स. ओके, सो इसका अब कैसा करेंगे, ये क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन में कन्वर्ट हो गया क्योंकि ये कांस्टेंट, ये m स्क्वायर. सो दिस नथिंग बट 1m स्क्वायर प्लस 5m प्लस 6 equals to 0. Isn't it easy? Okay, now you just simplify this. So 6 you just split 3 into 2. Okay, so m square plus 3m plus 2m plus 6 equals to 0. Again, if you add it, you will get as plus 5. Here it is plus 5 in the middle. So take the common from the first two. What is the common? M. That is m plus 3. So if you take common as 2 here, so it becomes m plus 3 is equals to 0. Therefore, what will get, m plus 2 into m plus 3 is equals to 0. Now, equate them separately. What you will get, my dear students? M is equals to minus 2 minus 3. Therefore, roots are m is equals to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Why minus 1? We already used this as a first root. You need to add, you need to use at the end of the problem. So most of the students forget to write this root, but this is the root. And one more thing you need to understand here is the given degree of the given differential equation is 3, my dear students. So you will get 3 roots. So here it is a 3 roots, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So what kind of roots are these? Roots are real and yes, distinct, first category of roots. So what will be the formula for us? Yc is equals to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus c3 e raised to m3x. When the roots are all different from each other, these are the formula. Now, therefore, y is equals to yc. So the yc will be what? Just substitute the value c1 e raised to m1 is minus 1, so it is minus 1x, plus c2 as it is minus 2x, plus c3 as it is, m3 is minus 3 and x as it is. So this is your complete solution and as well as yc value. Did you get this, my dear students? Okay, are you following the same? Yes. Okay, we'll solve one more last example on this. One more last example. Okay, because this is also very important, my dear students. Solve dqy by dx cube plus y is equal to 0. Now, directly you can write this solution as of the previous two problems. What will write it as? Yes, d cube plus 1 into y as common is equal to 0. Now, I'll write it as auxiliary equation as m cube plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, again, m cube plus 1, it cannot be solved directly, my dear students. We need to convert it into quadratic by using the synthetic division method only. Okay, solving using synthetic division only. Synthetic division method. Okay, So how to solve? First, we need to put a value in this equation number 1. So if it is plus 1 instance, you need minus 1 here. So what will substitute? Put m is equals to minus 1 in equation number 1. It becomes minus 1 whole cube plus 1 is equals to 0. So this will be 0 is equals to 0 because minus 1 cube is 1. So therefore m is equals to minus 1 is your first root. ಹೌದಾ? Okay, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲತ್ತರ ಇದು? Okay, fine. Now let us simplify using the synthetic division as of the previous problem. How to take the division structure? Okay, and 1 will be kept here. Sorry, minus 1 will be kept here. You already know this. This is your first root. Okay. Now what we take here is, this is your equation number 1. So this is your equation number 1. What I said, without missing the term, we need to take the coefficients. Okay, right. Now the coefficient value here is m cube coefficient is 1. I'll take it as a 1. Again, m square is missing. So don't skip it. Take its position value as 0. So m is also missing. Take its position value as 0. And constant value is 1. Here it is 1. Okay. If the values are missing, you take it as 0. Don't skip it. Okay. So keep the 0 below the first element and then add it. So 1 plus 0 is 1. And you multiply this with minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is minus 1. Again, add these two, you'll get minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. Again, add these two, 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. So what you'll get? Compulsory the last value will be 0. Then your solution is correct. So this is square m constant. So what do you write it as? M square minus m plus 1 is equal to 0. Now we need to simplify this problem. So factors is not available for this problem. Factors are not available. So what we do? We'll take a is equals to 1, b is equals to minus 1, c is equals to 1. We have a formula, m is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. Now substitute all the values. Minus of minus 1 plus or minus square root of b square is again 1 minus 4. A is what? 1. C is what? 1. Divided by 2 into 1. So this is 1 plus or minus 1 minus 4 is minus 3 by. Okay. Are you getting this? We have already seen this in the high school only. So this is 1 plus or minus root 3i divided by 2. So along with that, what I do is, I will separate the denominator 1 by 2 root 3 by 2i. So because root of minus 1 is I, this negative value of root becomes I and root 3 as it is. So therefore roots are m is equals to, we need to take 1 as initial root. Starting जो लिए देखो कौन सा ये, m is equals to minus 1 and the next roots are 1 by 2 plus or minus root 3 by 2i. So these are our roots. And what kind of roots are these? So this is, the first one is real and distinct and the second one is complex number. So complex number, what is the form? It is a plus or minus bi. So this is your a and this is your b. Okay. So first we'll write the formula, my dear students, then we'll substitute its value. Okay, let us see. So what is the formula? Yc is equals to c1 e raised to m1x. Only m1 as minus 1 plus, what is the complex roots? E raised to ax. c1 is used. I'll take it as c2 cos bx plus c3 sin bx. Okay. So this is your formula. Just substitute all the values, my dear friend. Therefore, y is equals to yc. c1 as it is, e raised to m1 is minus 1. Here you can see this is minus 1. So minus x plus e raised to a. A is what? 1 by 2. Here you can see a plus or minus ib or bi. So e raised to 1 by 2 in the sense it becomes x by 2. c2 cos b is root 3 by 2 into x plus c3 sine root 3 by 2 x. So this is your solution. Okay, so this is about the solution of the homogeneous differential equation, my dear students. Okay, so I hope everybody is understood. Please watch the video carefully. If you know how to solve one problem, you can solve every problem, because this finding the complementary function is common to all the problems which are going to solve in the next classes. So please try to understand and practice these problems so that you can understand the next concepts also, that is non-homogeneous solutions, in the next class. So please, if you didn't subscribe still, please subscribe to my channel for the coming classes. Thank you.